Hey guys, welcome to the Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkoviak. Today we're going to talk about the best climbing sticks I've ever found for a mobile hunter. For somebody who's going up and down a tree every single time they sit, wants to be able to quick, portable, going through swampy areas. You know, this is not sticks for your everyday person who's going back on his back 40 and walking through a soybean field up the edge and hanging a stand. This sticks are designed for people that are going through rough country, through thick stuff, up and down hills, through dogwood brush and swamps and things like that, and cattail marshes. These sticks have a lot of options for you. They're the best for that kind of purpose. Today I'm going to explain to you why. These are the Lone Wolf climbing sticks. Now, if you see behind me, you see a set of double rung sticks right here, steel double rung sticks that I used for many years in the past. Great sticks, 36 inches long. The Lone Wolves are 32 inches long, but you can see the size difference of that package just in the sticks as they lean there together size-wise. These are great sticks. Don't get me wrong. A standard double rung stick such as this right here, these are a great setup for a lot of people. And they're affordable, they're cheap. They do have some downsides to them, some advantages and things like that, but for the type of hunting that I'm talking about doing, you're hard pressed to beat a Lone Wolf type stand or stick setup. Now the advantages, versus this type of a stick, you have a double rung step on here. Double rung step is nice. I used to tote that as a major benefit, and it is definitely nice to be able to have both your feet planted and be there solid when you're hanging your stands and doing stuff. The double rung is nice. The problem with a double rung, especially a fixed double rung like this, is when I take this stick and I throw it over my shoulder like this and I go to walk through the woods, I am snagging. This is all potential snag spots for me to get hooked up on brush everywhere. Doesn't matter how I carry these. Any particular way that I have them, even in my hand, if I'm carrying them in, these are going to snag on every single branch and bush and lock me up and stop me. Not to mention, these are very, very heavy. I don't even know what the weight of them is, but they're heavy. So there's some downsides to that. Some pros, some cons. When it comes to the Lone Wolf sticks, though, you got a very nice tight package here. These actually, when you buy them, they come with a Cordura strap and a buckle that will actually cinch these and hold them together. So you can actually carry them like this as one simple set of sticks. You can grab them right in here in the middle. You got room to get your fingers in there. Mine are not locked together because I took that off there. That strap, I unscrewed it and took it off. But you can lock them in and just grab that and carry it right in the woods like that. Notice there's very little to snag on this. Okay, there's not all those steps kicked out everywhere to snag. It's a very slim line, very simple, very lightweight, compact setup. You're only talking 7.5 pounds, as you see it here, for these 3 stick setups. So 2.5 pounds per stick. Very lightweight aluminum, very quiet on the tree, and there's some more major benefits to it, which I'll get into here in a second, but they do lock together. These actually lock inside that step on there. There is a lock spot where those come in and they lock together and they hold. So even now with no strap on them, they're very sturdy and together. Then you have that little strap that goes around and holds them and keeps them tight, but it's a very simple compact unit that you can carry in your hand. Again, you don't have to grab the whole thing. You can grab right like that when they're locked together and carry them. They're lightweight and easy. You can strap them on your backpack. You can strap them on a stand. You can do like I do with the swim noodles and put them on a stand that way. A lot of great ways to carry these that are very simple and user friendly. So they are a definite easy system to use for you. So makes it really nice. Now, some of the things that make a Lone Wolf stick superior, in my opinion, some of the benefits to them. First off is that you have a Versa button setup on here. That means I can put it this way on a tree. I can wrap it around a tree like this, right here, throw it around and go this direction. Or if I want to, because of a situation, I can take it and throw it around this way and go that way around. It does not matter. That Versa button allows me that versatility to be able to swing that to either side of the tree that I want to. The other thing it does is it allows me to make a decision if I want to have it where I have the buckle out here on the end for the weight to be thrown around a tree, I can, or I can simply pop this off and put the buckle here where it's close, and then I have a dead quiet, easier, to throw around and use that side. This doesn't make any noise because of these yak grips that I have on them. I'll put a link to the yak grips below, and I'll also have a link to these sticks, the Lone Wolf sticks down below for you too. And I'll probably even put a link to these steel ones down there because, again, a lot of you guys, that may be what you want. If you're going to hang a stand and leave it all year long and just leave it sit there, those steel sticks are the way to go. If you are going to set up a stand where you're going to run and gun with it all the time and you want to be mobile, these are the way to go. So both of them are great. These are my favorite. These are what I use all the time now. But that Versa button gives you that versatility on how you want to set that up either way you want to go. I personally prefer to run mine with the buckle out there so that I have the weight of that, so when I throw it around that tree, that buckle gives it some extra mass to get around there and come back to me. But that Versa button is brilliant. That system just makes life so easy. Now, having the sticks or the steps be able to fold up like this means you don't have this. You don't have anything to snag when you're carrying. It's just sweet and simple. And they fold right up out of the way. And with them out of the way, I can go through brush very easily and not have that be an issue for me. Not have that snagging on everything and giving me a hard time. These don't really snag on the ends, on the V-brackets. Because of the way you're carrying it, they usually roll right off pretty easy. They're not a long step that's going to hold it. So I don't have problems with those. The benefits to these V-brackets that are on here is they pivot. See that? How that will pivot and turn for you, and you can make that switch around. That is a gold mine. Having that pivot option is huge. What that allows me to do is if I have a tree like this tree, you can just put that right on there and you're good to go. But if this tree was leaning and I needed that to be over there and I need it sideways so it sticks out like this, I can turn that bracket and have it so it bites that tree right and that stick is on a weird angle. So it gives me that option. Oh, you couldn't even see that. I'm sorry. I think I was too high up in the camera. But right there, you can see that that sits just like that, right, like you want. But if this tree was on an angle tree like that, I can put that stick on that kind of a weird angle like this, and I can still have that bracket flat against that tree because I have that pivot motion in there, because that actually will twist like that and let me put that stick on that tree any way I need to. That is a huge deal. That is tremendous. That's something that these don't offer that this does. Also notice that there is teeth inside of this. All these little teeth that are in there, those are a gold mine thing right there as well too. What they do for you is they allow me to take this and to actually transfer that for smaller trees. You got smaller diameter trees, they will fit inside there and they will pinch and bite really well. Where a lot of these other ones, it'll just go in there and they just rub, and you don't have that kind of grab on there. Having that grab, pretty important in my opinion. So it's a definite win-win there, having that spin and flexibility. Being able to have just one stick, some people think is a downside, but it is nice because again, you can flip them to both sides and they're not gonna catch on that crap in there and snag when you're walking in. So huge advantages to them. The lightweight factor, huge. The compactness and how little they fold up and how small that package is comparatively, when you look at those, when you see that, the size difference in there, that's a huge factor. I mean, that is such a small, easy little low profile setup that you can't lose with this. It is definitely a win-win type setup. Is a little more maintenance required in them. About every probably 5 or 6 years, you're gonna need some new washers. They're cheap to put in there, but the sticks are great. They are also reversible, so you can take this step and flip it around, flip it over so that you get, you got a whole nother side. So these will last the average person a lifetime of use. And they're quiet and they're flawless. And like I said, I love this setup. Now mine, you can see, has an aider on here, right here, which is basically an extra step that I use so that with 3 sticks, I can get up there a long way. I only use that aider on the bottom one. So instead of having to put this first step of that stick where most people would about right here to get on that, I can actually put that first stick right here like this, and I can climb up into that stirrup, use that stirrup to get me up to that first step. So I gain quite a few feet of extra, another 2 or 3 feet of height out of that first stick. That's what that aider strap that I have on there does. That's basically some 1-inch, tubular webbing, and I just put a zip tie on there and not just kind of keep it so it stays right there. Sweet, simple, and easy. But these sticks are just, they're hard to beat. A lot of good sticks out there, a lot of nice ones that I've tried that I think are okay. I keep coming back to the Lone Wolf. These just happen to be, I don't know what it is. It's the same with the Lone Wolf stands. There's a lot of good stands out there, but you just, if you had access to every one of them, and you had the 3 best stands that you thought were out there, all of which would probably be a Lone Wolf type design, but if you had those 3 stands, I promise you, if I put all 3 of them there and you went out and you hunted for a week straight, every day you would come back and grab that lone wolf again. And the sticks are the same way. There are a lot of great sticks out there, but if I gave you 3 of the top sticks out there and I let you pick and choose, just grab whichever one you want to hunt with, after a day of using each of them, these would be the ones you would come back to. I don't know how to explain it any better than that. There are good ones out there other than these, but you can't, I don't think you can beat these. And I love this system. And again, I'm climbing almost 100 trees a year and hanging 100 stands a year. And I just straight up put my faith in these. I love them. 350-pound weight capacity, which is huge. That gives you a lot of, a lot of people don't look at weight capacity the right way. They're like, oh, I'm only 180 pounds. You may only be 180 pounds standing there buck naked in the bathroom, but then you put on all your hunting boots, your gear, you put a tree stand on your back, your lineman belt, your harness, your backpack, all your stuff that you may or may not take up that tree with you, and you very well might be 250 pounds. And if you're a 225-pound guy already, you might be 275 by the time that's all said and done, and you're climbing up that tree. People are pushing the limits of some of these sticks and stands, and they don't realize it with the amount of weight that they're carrying up there. 350-pound capacity on these, the rock solid build quality, the top-notch thought and process into every simple function on this is just straight up flawless. The Versa button capability, you cannot go wrong with these sticks. Again, good ones out there by other people, but these are my favorite. I will have a link down below so you can go find these if you want to and learn more of the specs and all the details on them and purchase them through there if you want. And I will have the links for some of these ones too. These particular ones that I have, these steel ones, they don't make this particular one anymore. But they do have very similar ones that are still available, and I will put that link in there also so that you have it. But like I said, if you're planning on seriously going mobile, and being able to bounce around, and you don't know what the tree is going to be like when you get there. It might be cattywampus, it might be leaning, it might be too small a diameter that you're looking at going, oh, my stand's not even going to fit on there right. These sticks, Lone Wolf stands, they fit all that stuff. They allow you to hunt those trees that where they're crappy trees. They let you be in a horrible tree that's in the perfect position. As traditional bow hunters, we need to be in a perfect position, even if that means a horrible tree. 10 yards out is too far for us sometimes. So we can't pick and choose trees and go, oh, that one's 25 yards out. 25 yards out doesn't help us any. That's too far away. We need options to be in the right spot at the right time. These sticks give you those options. Highly recommend them. Thanks for watching. Like I said, there'll be a link for this stuff down below in the description, and everything will be right there for you. I appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.